the same time here. Oh boy, I am full of it today. Okay, the Warrior Roundtable is not what you think it is. Um, the Warrior Roundtable of Advisors came about after I have sat for many, many days with the thought that we have to surround ourselves with tons of people who support us, challenge us, and all of those other things. When in all actuality, they actually are part of what we do. They're not everything. So everybody tells you we're supposed to have 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people kind of in our own personal mastermind, and that we become like those people that surround us. Now, sometimes that is people who do support us, do that, but yet we still end up having people that don't support us in our circle, right? Now, we try to limit that, yet in the end, we will always have 1 or 2 people that we love to be around, with the exception of 1 or 2 things, right? So that's why we have to have more than just a who roundtable. And I'll get to that in just a moment. Hi, I'm Barbara Ann Shepard, and I help women gain confidence and clarity by building inner fortitude and unleashing their warrior spirit so that they can become limitless. And that brings me to that what that we need on our round table of advisors. Now, I like using the analogy of a round table, just like King Arthur is said to have used in Camelot for all of his knights. The concept is amazing when we stop just thinking about who we want to bring to that table and we think of the what. What can we bring to the table that will help us thrive and get the success that we want? That just happens to be all of our emotions and feelings, the stories we tell ourselves, the beliefs that we have, all of them, not just the good ones, but the not so good ones too. And the downright, I wish I didn't have this habit, belief, whatever. Because those are guideposts to our success. Every single day, we have 60 to 90,000 thoughts, decisions, actions, all of that stuff. Okay? And 95% of them are the same as yesterday. 95%. Unless we become aware and we start changing some of them. People say, oh, I need to get out of this rut that I'm in. Yet they never do anything or think anything or say anything different or even bother to see what they're saying. And that's why we need to start with our round table. Now, yes, our round table might start with just people. I know mine did. Or they started with books from people that I came to trust. Then eventually it was coaching from people that I trusted outside of my circle of roundtable. But eventually they came into my roundtable, right? We can make our roundtable bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's the joy and the excitement of your roundtable. You can kind of liken it to any kind of a meeting. We don't always have every single person that we know in a meeting to make a decision because sometimes it doesn't include them. So at times, our roundtable is going to have certain feelings, certain emotions, certain people, certain things that we want to do depending on what we want to do. So it's a fluid situation because when we have a fear of something, that right there is a red flag to go awareness, awareness, awareness. This is where I need to throw that flag and go, okay, obviously there's something I need to look at. Not just whatever the fear is, but I need to go a touch deeper and look at that underlying belief, thought, and figure out and ask certain questions. It's like, is this belief or thought that's negative mine? Is it just something that, okay, I've tried something similar and it didn't quite go so well? Or, okay, I've never done this and my brain is throwing up that its own red flag going, I don't have anything to base this on, so how in the world am I going to know if we're going to succeed or not? So there's lots of different layers that we have that we have to kind of have advice on and ask those questions. And that's why your roundtable isn't the who's you think it is as the what's. What am I feeling? What do I know? Have I done something similar? Have I not done something similar? Am I ready for this? Do I need to do this? There's lots of questions that we ask ourselves. And when we face our fears, our doubts, or those feelings of anger, frustration, sadness, anxiety, worry, love, joy, happiness, when we have all of those and we bring them to the table, we have advice, understanding, and clarity. That is the clarity that I want for other people to have. There are many, many days that I have taken the steps I've needed to take, even in spite of the fear that I've had, because I know in the end, I can do it. Because I searched through the thoughts, the beliefs, the ideas, and my feelings and emotions and went, you know what? This isn't going to hurt me. Will it cause some discomfort if I fail? Possibly. Do I maybe need to throw a pity party if that happens? Yeah. Though in the end, I can pick myself up and try again. That is the beauty of having that round table, because everything that we've went through in the past gives us a basis for the future. So today I'm building tomorrow. By taking action today, no matter how small, I'm building the bridge to the future by checking in with my group of advisors. Now, I have to admit, this morning, it's gray and rainy outside. I had no inkling of what in the world it was going to be like when I woke up this morning. I was hoping it was going to be sunny. It's not. So I've had to check into my own feelings because we know the weather, whether we see the sun or not, can affect us. So it had me feeling a little gray. Okay. So I ended up grabbing gray clothes, partly because I wanted a long sleeve because it was chilly. But also, I decided to grab one that I liked. And you can't see it because it's very light gray on here, but it says now, and the bottom part says never, and it's crossed out. That for me is uplifting. So yes, I'm wearing gray, no color, because it's kind of gray outside, but I'm also giving myself the message, now is the time to take action. Now is the time to check in with my feelings and use them. So this morning in the shower, I'm like, I'm going to talk about the Roundtable of Advisors that all warriors need. That's why it's called the Warrior Roundtable of Advisors. Now, if you want to see this glorious thing in full action, not just this part, because there is more to just having this roundtable. The roundtable is actually module 5 in my new course. And so if you're on YouTube or Facebook, you're going to see where the banner is, and it's going to tell you and show you where my website is, the landing page where you can go out and start your journey to become a warrior that you need to be. In this world, we have to know, especially us women, how to assert ourselves and get what we want. Because we've been taught so much to sit back and not do it. The course begins April 5th. So limited time here to get in on the launch of this course. It's 12 weeks to learn how to go from whispering about your dreams to shouting them in a battle cry and rallying more people to it. Because the more people that buy in to your dream, the better you do. That's the whole reason I sit here and I talk on Mondays and now Fridays when I do my Warrior Reflection Fridays, is because I have to shout to get your attention. I have to be here. I have to be consistent. I have to do the things that need to be done. It's amazing when you think about it. Our own little ecosystem. Excuse me. Whew, dry today. So we need to have that roundtable advisors. We need to have that support. And we have to know how to make it work for us. And that's what this course does. So you're going to gain confidence and clarity in understanding yourself and how you can be awesome. So get your roundtable of advisors. Start small. Start small. You don't have to start with this big, huge thing. It starts very simply. Just check in with that awareness when you feel something that you fear, stop and ask, why do I fear this? Is it because, the first question is, if whatever I'm going to do, is this fear a danger that it's going to hurt me, like physically, or is it just going to be my ego not liking it when I fall on my face? Then you can move on to the next questions of, okay, have I done this before? Have I done something similar? What was the past experiences? Was it good? Was it bad? What emotions brought it up? What thoughts did I have around? And you keep going and going and going. And eventually you figure out exactly what the problem is. Now, you can't do it like the first time around. It takes a little longer. But as you get to the point where you're doing it, it gets faster and faster and faster. And that's what I'm going to teach you in the Warrior Epiphany. So again, for those of you on YouTube, Facebook, you're seeing the banner. For those of you on IGTV, I'll post a link in the comments for you guys. All right. Have an amazing week. Even though it's gray and gloomy here, it's going to be an amazing week for me. All right. I will talk with you guys on Friday. Bye.